when people are occupied.
When people are occupied. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Free, free Palestine.
return to a genocide. Return to a genocide. Return to a genocide.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
What do we want now? What do we want?
Ceasefire.
What do we want
Now.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it now? What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it
Now.
Ceasefire. When do we want it now? What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it now? What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it now? Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Target.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more. Israel is a terrorist state. Occupation no more.
Israel is a
Terrorist state. Now. Now. Not a conflict, not a war. Not a conflict, not a war. Not a conflict, not a war.
Down, down with occupation. Down, down with occupation. Down, down with occupation. Down, down with occupation. Every time the media lies.
Another child in Gaza dies.
Another child in Gaza dies. Every time the media lies.
Another child in Gaza dies. Another child in Gaza dies. When people are occupied. When people are occupied. When people are occupied.
Resistance is justified.
When people are occupied.
Resistance is justified.
When people are occupied.
Brick by brick, wall by wall.
Apartheid Israel has to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall.
Apartheid Israel has to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall.
Apartheid Israel has to fall.
Brick by brick, wall by wall.
Apartheid Israel has to fall.
Searshot of Palestine.
Earshot of Palestine.
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 Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silent. Three, stop the bombing now, 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 now. One,
We are the people.
two,
We won't be silent.
three,
Stop the bombing now, 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 now.
one,
We are the people.
two,
We won't now.
one,
We are the people.
two,
We won't be silent.
three.
Stop the bombing now, 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 now.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united.
We'll never be defeated.
The people united.
We'll never be defeated.
The people united.
We'll never be defeated.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
Say it louder, say it more.
Not a conflict, not a war.
How many children have to die?
Or you call it genocide.
How many children have to die?
Or you call it genocide.
How many children have to die?
Or you call it genocide.
How many children have to die?
Or you call it genocide.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Ceasefire.
When do we want it?
Now.
Palestine, hurrah, hurrah!
Palestine, hurrah, hurrah.
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 From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, here we are, week 54. And look at you coming out, shouting your slogans throughout Cork, making it clear we're here to stay. This protest has not gone away, and we are dedicated to continue this fight. If people could move over a little bit more, that would be great to get you all here. Now, we have a speaker for you, Nasser Al-Shifri. You've heard him before. He's from Gaza, who's living in Skibbereen, who's also one of the most vital and passionate and powerful filmmakers we have here today in Ireland. He's just been to Jordan and he's come back to tell us what's happening over there. Please welcome Nasser.
Hello? Are you tired?
Never.
That's great. What a lovely crowd. Friends, comrades, brothers and sisters, children and dogs. Shall we wait? On the first commemoration of October 7, it was as if the devil decided to burn the last shred of hope for Palestine and called the worst in the world to ignite a giant fire, not to burn the vision of two states for two peoples, but to burn the Palestinians alive in their tents, bury them in the rubble of their homes, and deny their tragedy and history. Since October 7th, it is no longer acceptable for the world to claim that they cannot see what is happening in Palestine.
That's right.
Western media, their governments, and the Zionist lobby have made a tremendous effort to distort October 7th and present it as a massacre and a war crime for the Jews, as if Gaza was unjustly attacked, a member state of the United Nations. What we see on our phone screens about the scale of the humanitarian crisis and genocide in Gaza makes us feel angry and frustrated. We are undoubtedly responsible for what is happening around us and for the control of the regimes that claim to be democratic over our minds by filtering the information we receive throughout the narrative and the propaganda to benumb us and justify the crimes of genocide. The West's reaction to October 7 was shocking. The slightest condemnation of Israel was banned. People were arrested for simply raising a picture of a hanging glider or suggesting that the people of Gaza have the right to resist or to raise a Palestinian flag or even to wear a kufiya. A unified narrative has been imposed on all Western media outlets. Israel has the right to self-defense. October 7 is the Israeli version of 9/11, a new pogrom of Jews. And the most famous phrase, October 7, the bloodiest day for Jews since the Holocaust. Lies!
Lies.
Lies aimed at the Palestinians being the Nazis. And what the Israelis are facing is terrorism and not resistance to occupation. And October 7 is caused by anti-Semitism and hatred of Jews.
Lies.
The truth is, there is nothing more anti-Semitic than Zionism and the colonial European states. Zionism was based on the idea that Jews are not safe. They need a Jewish state to protect themselves from the persecution of the West. The West's support for Zionism means their acceptance that Jews are not safe in their own countries and societies. Anti-Semitism has continued for centuries and reached its peak with the Holocaust. After the Holocaust, the West found a way to make the lives of Jews miserable and dangerous, and to make the only people who do not persecute the Jews bear endless hostility for them. Because what should have been immigration was transformed into colonialism. The Jews could have immigrated to Palestine. Palestine welcomes immigrants, but hates the colonizers. They were brought with the dream of taking over Palestine by violence, terror, and genocide. Israel has turned Gaza into the largest open prison in the world, and the Palestinian people into refugees, deprived of their basic rights, treated at checkpoints like animals in a livestock pens, and directed successive rounds of killing against them. What do you expect from them? Crossing the fence of oppression is an icon of resistance. Any sane person with the slightest commitment to international law would not view the fence as a border. Bringing it down and attacking its guards is legal resistance, and destroying it is a sacred duty. Israel systematically destroyed every aspect of Palestinian life, carried out the largest displacement and ethnic cleansing in living memory, imposed the most horrific, deliberate starvation of the population since the Irish famine, burned people alive in their tents and homes, destroyed health facilities, schools, universities, mosques, churches, and killed teachers, doctors, nurses, and patients in their beds. Shame. While this was happening in Gaza, settlers continued to steal Palestinian land in the West Bank and hold the Palestinians hostage. When 76 years of this pressure cooker hell exploded in October 7, the West says there is no justification for terrorism and hostage taking. Shame. How can America, Britain, Germany, France, and Australia support Israel and continue to cover up their crimes and grant them immunity? Shame. Because what is happening in Palestine has been experienced by these countries in the past. America is nothing but settlement project that turned into a superpower after they exterminated the indigenous people. When the Britain went to Australia, they looked at the indigenous people and said, "These are not human beings. This is a land without a people for a people without land." There were 5.5 million. How many of them are left now? Talk shows are fond of discussing trivial geopolitical issues about the expansion of the war, nuclear weapons that neither Iran nor Israel are stupid enough to use, and about southern Lebanon, Yemen, and Syria, which no longer cease to exist as states. They damaged them. These are smoke bombs. The real issue is the genocide of the Palestinians in Gaza, East Jerusalem, and the West Bank. So our focus must remain on Palestine. Until Palestine is free, no one will be free. I don't like to bother you, but your chant, Palestine will be free, there is no guarantee that it will come true. Ask the indigenous people of Australia and the Red Indians in America. They were not freed and remain slaves forever. Ask South Africa. If the West had continued to support the apartheid regime, Nelson Mandela would have died in prison and South Africa would not have been free. I appeal to you all not to be deceived and drifted from your path because of the Zionist propaganda. They have gagged us. They have planted an interior censor in us. Let us raise our voices high. Let us free ourselves from censorship and fear. Let us do what we can to stop the genocide and return Palestine from the river to the sea to what? And return Palestine from the river to the sea to what it should have always been, a land for its inhabitants regardless of their religion, color, how they arrived there, and to return all those who were unjustly expelled to live in peace, equality, and dignity. History will not do it for us. We have to make sure that Gaza and Palestine would not be another defeat for our humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasser, for that powerful call to action. And I would say to you all, to any person here who is not already a member of Cork Palestine Solidarity Campaign, to become a member. If you don't live in the city, then please contact your local group. Get involved in the boycott campaign. Get in touch with us. Let not it just be Saturday marches, powerful though they are. Let's get more active in arguing with people, in boycotting, in getting organised, in putting pressure on our government to ensure that they pass the Occupied Territory Bill as a first step to a complete boycott of Israeli goods. Okay, now I have Martina from the Middleton Group who has a message for you all.
Hi everybody. Just a quick few words. I read a poem here a couple of weeks ago. Some of you may remember it. And on foot of that, a beautiful lady in Gaza contacted us on social media and asked if we would share her words, her poem that she'd written about her son Abdullah. So we've stayed in contact since then. We chat most days on WhatsApp. Abdullah is 8 today, right? It's his birthday today. This is a child who would have grown up in quite affluent circumstances. His mum is a teacher. He would have had the happiest of birthdays. She has sent me videos of his birthdays through the years with beautiful birthday cakes, decorations, his friends. Just a beautiful little boy who was living his life quite happily until a year ago. So I would just like for us to just send some love his way today, because he has nothing. His mom tried to gather some eggs and some sugar to make him a birthday cake, but we know the cost of living over there at the moment it just wasn't possible. But she's going to light a candle and he'll blow out and he'll make a wish. But I would like us all to just send some love to Abdullah today. My grandson, who's 6, made this card and I've passed it around and some people have signed it. I would love if more people could sign it, and we'll video it and take photographs and send it, and his mum can read the messages to him. It's in English and there's Arabic as well. But so no, lads, I haven't a note in my head, right? So I apologise in advance. But on the count of 3, could we all sing Happy Birthday, Abdullah?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to step back from the mic now because I do not want to burst any eardrums. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abdullah. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, and now we have Martin Leahy to finish off our rally today.